All right, here we go. It's been a while. I don't know if I remember how to do this or not, but this is a ranked 1v1. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a, yeah, ranked 1v1. I'm correct about that. On Salt, between the red player on the left side, it is ShadowUltima in the Lexi/Brenna, which is what he's actually using right now. Void Striker and his opponent, the blue player on the right side, ProDerper in a Petros Bomber. Petros, I don't remember the reworked stats, to be honest. I wasn't really involved with that too much. But it's basically a bomber pilot, because it's like really ground, it's like it gives you ground speed, and it's just like having a strong juice for the most part, I think, for the most part. I don't remember exactly, but what I remember is it's great for bomber. Both players going pretty standard, opening with the forwards. Tesla Tower in ProDerper's loadout could prove to be very interesting. It's definitely an anti-push unit. I mean, it has its other uses as well. I mean, people try to use it for support, ferry it up when they're moving out, you know, and ProDerper trying to do a little harass. Did not do the typical bomber thing, killing the initial creeps, delaying the initial forward capture by ShadowUltima. And now ProDerper actually running a little low on health. Probably will get finished off by this Seeker. Better off getting killed by the Seeker than by the mech, because experience. And now ShadowUltima will be able to reinforce his outpost. Oh, okay, ProDerper was not able to knock it down to neutral, and ShadowUltima will be able to get the initial jump on these units. However, ProDerper as a bomber could actually swoop in and get a couple of those kills, but either will not do it in time or was not going to do it in the first place. Putting some Tesla Towers, or a Tesla Tower, on the socket. I believe the benefit is still regen. And 1.5 times fire rate? No, I think it depends on the specific unit. Specific units actually get slightly different fire rate bonuses. Don't remember why. I don't remember if we unified it. Pretty sure it's still a little bit different. Either way, it's not like a huge major thing. They get better. When you put them on the big circle thingy, they get better. That's really all you really need to know. ShadowUltima going to be creeping toward the neutrals at the middle ground. Very unorthodox. Usually it would be pretty much what ProDerper is doing right now. He's going to go for the middle outpost at the top. ShadowUltima has a lot of units down there. Will he maybe use command mode or something to direct them towards the middle up that ramp, which is usually kind of dangerous, especially against the bomber. Actually now spamming Mantis Strike. And let's see. Oh. Okay. Did not expect that to happen. ProDerper didn't as well. Apparently does say W2F because of lag, which is impossible to see in replays. ShadowUltima getting the first box at 2 minutes. Thank God that was changed a really long time ago, how the whole box thing. If you were around about 8 months ago, or however, a year ago when it was changed, you guys remember how important the boxes were. Now it is pretty important, but nowhere damn close. For putting a couple of heavy mines down will prevent ShadowUltima from doing any quick, unexpected rushes without any scouting ahead of time. But ShadowUltima concentrating on the middle cluster of units at mid. And it's not even, yeah, it's hard to call it mid. I guess he wants control of the box spawn, but even then, you can just swoop and go. I never really agreed with that mechanic to begin with. ProDerper trying to, okay, does get one Longhorn killed with bombs. Yeah, okay, I still don't think you can see level abilities. And ShadowUltima as the striker, let's see, does he have, okay, what does he have in his loadout? I didn't even look at this. He does have 2 levelers down, which will help him get to the crazy, amazing striker missiles ability at level 7, which is just cooldown based, not energy based, which is something I don't agree with still, yeah, but anyway, ProDerper with a fully bunkered forward outpost. Not that it's going to matter too much against ShadowUltima's overwhelming unit advantage. 28 to 44 right now. ProDerper with everything at top. ShadowUltima probably has not done a scout until now. ProDerper a little bit low in health, but it's okay. He can cover himself within his units. ShadowUltima, did he even scout this forward down here? The Tesla Tower is a little bit scary to push against, but with no proper mech support, he probably will be successful in taking that outpost, that bottom outpost from ProDerper right now. ProDerper concentrating way too much on that mid, not flying back to check out the situation at all, and he will probably lose all of his units and that outpost down there. Will it be worth the mid outpost? Will it be worth that trade? ShadowUltima still with a commanding lead in terms of upkeep. 48 to 24. ProDerper actually real enough. What is he trying to ferry back? What was he? Oh my goodness. Seeker focus fire plus ShadowUltima's focus in. Was able to get ProDerper over his outpost, and this will definitely go down to red. ShadowUltima right now probably needs to grab some creeps, which are actually going straight for them. They're not going for mid. They're not going for the top mid. They're going for this outpost. Those were not redirected. These are going for mid. I'm a little bit confused as to why those creeps went here. If anyone can figure that out, I'd like to know. But ProDerper trying to keep that outpost out of ShadowUltima's control and succeeding. With a couple of heavy mines down at this top outpost, I guess he is just worried about ShadowUltima pressing this advantage. And those heavy mines will definitely keep him at bay for now, covering his lane options. However, ShadowUltima does have a good amount of ratchets in his loadout, you know, not just in his loadout, but on the field. So that is probably not a huge worry for ShadowUltima as long as he scouts ahead of time and does proper micro to place those ratchets in front and maybe cover one or two of those heavy mines, and overall won't be that much damage. But actually, ProDerper is catching up. Well, actually caught up quite a lot. Where did all that upkeep come from? I guess in heavy mines. It's 47 to 50 right now, and ProDerper's already moving out. This actually might spell doom for ShadowUltima. Only has 2 Longhorns in here, over here for defense, and has not scouted this push quite yet. Okay, no, actually he has. He is pulling back, but only pulling back with Seekers. ProDerper might get finished off, and there you go. That's probably going to be game. ShadowUltima with his sword, and you know, even if he loses this outpost, ProDerper is going to pretty much lose all of his units in this area, I think, or at least enough such that now, with that kind of trade, yeah, ShadowUltima will have a lot of time here. ProDerper with, okay, 3 creeps. He really needs one more. Grabbing one from that outpost. Actually, man, I thought that was going to be a pretty good defender's advantage. ShadowUltima did not spam sword as much as I thought, or at least he didn't do it in time once the units were bottlenecked at this ramp. So ProDerper has been able to grab this forward outpost under his control. ShadowUltima, I really would love to see him push out right now. Even though there are heavy mines there, he does have enough ratchets to take care of it, I believe. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 up here in front, 4. So he does have enough. There are 3 on this lane and 2 on this lane. If he, I don't know, he could V-path or something. But ProDerper is actually very, very heavy with tanks over here with pretty much nothing defending for ShadowUltima. ShadowUltima now bringing out a Bertha to try to take care of whatever ProDerper has out on the field over here, assuming he's not going to push out, covering the bottleneck with a Goliath, but actually real low on health right now, needs to retreat back. Okay, ShadowUltima did push on T, so taking that other outpost. Oh man, a bunch of ratchets over here. I don't know if these Longhorn will be finished off, or they probably will, but they will take a little bit more time. ProDerper now neutralizing ShadowUltima's forward, and ShadowUltima with that one Goliath still surviving. Does he have any healing units coming out at all? He does have just another Bertha, which is actually taking care of a lot of these Longhorn. ProDerper probably should have pressed this advantage at that forward while he could. Actually, this is the close that he actually took, so he's much closer than ShadowUltima. And ProDerper now trying to finish off whatever he can with Manta Strike over here. ShadowUltima dealing with similar problems at his close, but the 2 Berthas are actually gonna do it pretty well. If I were ShadowUltima with this kind of setup, maybe want to divert your attention back to where ProDerper is closer to his fight, closer to his base. You know, take the fight to his side of the map. And ShadowUltima now coming with a couple creeps. Gonna go for that top outpost, which is probably a good decision because it does have a lot more units, and maybe he should ferry some of these units. Oh no, he actually is able to keep it under his control. ProDerper, oh man, ProDerper is gonna go down here. Yeah, there you go. The Seeker missile following him out. Not pressing this advantage quite yet. He has a lot of tanks over here, but those Berthas raining down will eventually whittle them away if ProDerper does not come back to, you know, attend to his units. And this outpost might even go down. Well, it won't go down anytime soon. 2 bunkered creeps. But still, guys, ProDerper has pretty much lost control of all of the outposts on his side of the map. So pretty much his only hope right now is that close outpost. And now instead of going and pressing the only advantage he has, is going to go and try to take his outposts back on his side. ShadowUltima, with those Berthas, probably doesn't have to pay too much attention. And oh no, okay, I thought he was going to grab the box, but brings his units back, will neutralize that forward outpost, and his creeps will take it back. Oh no, his creeps won't, because they're going to go straight for this outpost, and that's one great advantage of taking it close over taking anything else. And ProDerper, okay, let's see, okay, no more Seeker, okay, one Seeker left in that area, so ProDerper is actually free to recharge and bomb. He might want to just take out the Seeker, focus on the Seeker for sure. ShadowUltima is using the Ratchet and bringing it to reinforce the rest of his units over here, but he does not have outpost control, so he cannot reinforce it by building units. But ProDerper a little bit careless there, really low on health while ShadowUltima was in the area, and lost that life. Does have to respawn now. ShadowUltima is yeah, the Berthas are doing work. I don't know with the deflection thing. Okay, yeah, they are definitely doing work. ShadowUltima just needs to support a little bit, which he is actually doing. And the goalie going down. Does ProDerper... Okay, no, they're both just retaking their side of the map. So it will kind of sort of reset. 36 to 30 at almost 10 minutes into the game. ProDerper just bombing away. ShadowUltima has his units nice and spread. I don't know if that was delivered or not. I don't remember seeing do any micro. Those might have just stopped like that, to be honest. And now ShadowUltima re-healing his Goliath and taking that outpost under his control. Not going to really do too much, but will eventually, especially without ProDerper coming back here to, to support his units. But once again, they're both just basically doing a map side trade and sort of resetting the entire game. However, now at level 8 and level 11, ShadowUltima with that pretty good level lead. ProDerper now finishing up the last of the red units on that side. ShadowUltima doing the same to the blue units, and once again, they are starting to reset. However, it's a 41 to 18 upkeep advantage for ShadowUltima, and ProDerper actually has a lot of those in heavy mines. 10 heavy mines on the field, only 2 Seekers down, and 1 Goliath actually coming out for ProDerper, whereas 4 Goliaths in queue for ShadowUltima at the same outpost, I'm assuming, down here, and ProDerper able to quickly finish off those creeps that ShadowUltima brought down to take that outpost, because ShadowUltima put them all in the same spot against the bomber, which is a little bit hilarious to see. But ProDerper now probably going to take both of these boxes. I don't think ShadowUltima cares too much right now, and honestly, he doesn't really need the advantage. Putting down that Bertha, hopefully, hopefully here for him, ProDerper doesn't notice, but he definitely does. Probably should drop and slash for that, for more damage, but hey, whatever, man. ProDerper trying to ferry the Goliath to get in better position, but this is actually quite a threatening force for ShadowUltima. ShadowUltima probably wants to build 1 or 2 Seekers just to keep the bomber away, because the bomber can dance around Goliaths all day. But ShadowUltima, actually, yes, another good point is level 11, probably already level 2 missiles. And that will be able to finish off the bomber very well. Deciding to ferry these Goliaths instead. He's not going to disarm those heavy mines. Let's see, does he have any ratchets on the field yet? Not anymore. So he can't disarm those heavy mines with ratchets that he doesn't have, obviously. But ProDerper now ferrying 2 Seekers. Going to bring them up. And probably should start to... might get this kill on ShadowUltima. No, little bit weird dogfighting. I don't know if ProDerper's actually a smurf or not. Probably. I mean, come on, his name is ProDerper, right? So yeah, trying to bring it back, and again, not trying to land and slash, I guess because ShadowUltima can just micro, but that basically means that he'll have no effective units on the field if he's trying to micro them away from ProDerper. Now ProDerper creeping up with a Goliath and a lot of Seekers behind to support. ShadowUltima with that advantage of having Berthas in his loadout, but no AA, especially against the bomber. You need to kind of spam that AA to keep that bomber away, and then the bomber can kind of just use that, ridiculous offset in AA ratio to, ground attacking tanks and etc. to his advantage. And now does decide to push out on T, I think, and they're going to go down this ramp into this outpost. I don't know if that's what ProDerper intended. Oh, no. I guess he maybe used command mode. That's what it was. That's why he landed on the ground. He used command mode to bring them back a little bit to right there. I'm just so used to, movement being associated with outpost locations. And ProDerper putting the lockbox in the bottleneck. Not bombing, though. ShadowUltima needs to pick up that lockbox. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Instead, going to manually kill the lockbox. That is a really, really strange choice. And it does allow ProDerper, yes, there you go. Finally bombing, but spamming those heavy mines down on the field. ShadowUltima with his careful micro. Maybe he didn't even realize that was the problem. And ProDerper now retreating to get back at Goliath of his own to defend with. And might want to just bomb as much as he possibly can. I mean, he does have to retreat back to this outpost to recharge, but it's just a short flight away, and just bomb. Let's see, 2 Seekers there. He can probably kill one of those Seekers in 2, maybe even 1.5 bombs. Okay, there's 2 Seekers. I thought that was a long one. But yeah, he can probably kill him pretty quick. Bomber bombs late game they are just devastating, especially against this tightly packed cluster. ShadowUltima not remicroing anything to avoid that bombing. And right now drops more Seekers out on the field, which is, against the, obviously something needs to happen. But at this stage, with a bomber this late game, with probably level 2, approaching level 3, I forget exactly what the level requirements are. Actually, I think by level 9, you can upgrade them to level 3, whether or not ProDerper has done that, but actually kind of low on health, but dancing very well and avoids that kill by ShadowUltima. But ShadowUltima with plenty of Goliaths on the field, and might get them all killed by ProDerper right now. But Shadow Ultima neutralizing mid, probably not, yeah, probably just want to attend to your units at this point. That's, yeah, not really going to do too much. And that all those heavy mines over there for ProDerper, taking up all of his upkeep. In terms of raw power on the field, if you're not counting the heavy mines, Shadow Ultima definitely has an advantage. Oh, I didn't even notice this was here. Holy crap. Okay, so ProDerper did push on Y, and plenty of Seekers, so Shadow Ultima can't really do too much. So Shadow Ultima, okay, he's probably making Goliaths at his fort, yes, and that will definitely be enough to defend if Shadow Ultima can re-micro. I don't know if he's actually going to go back to do that, though. And ProDerper has plenty of time and health to be able to get away here, and he does. Shadow Ultima really needs to come back to his fort because these are 2 Goliaths firing on the corner. Okay, no, that won't get close to finishing him off. But Shadow, is he pulling back? Is he trying to use the Goliath to pull back, or is he just retreating from the area? He's probably just retreating. And ProDerper, oh, that was careless. That was kind of careless from ProDerper. And yeah, Shadow Ultima just needs to spam those missiles and fire in to get those Goliaths finished off. And now setting his, yeah, okay, setting him on T, I'm guessing probably going to go, or if he set him on Y, they're going to go straight through here. Either way, they're going to go here or here to get to the mid, or straight through mid to get to the fort. If you set him on Y. Not exactly sure. I don't see any custom paths on the ground. Obviously, doesn't really have the time to draw those. But ProDerper now finishing off the rest of Shadow Ultima's units on his forward, at his forward. ProDerper now. Okay, 44 to 48, but see, it's really hard to gauge. It's, see, 22 heavy mines on the field for ProDerper, so really you got to subtract 22, so it's about 44 to 30 right now in terms of overall raw power of upkeep on the field. So Shadow Ultima has that roughly 18 units of upkeep more on the field than ProDerper, and he was pushing on T. Did not do anything about those heavy mines there. He definitely saw them. Whether or not he noticed them is a different question, but those Goliaths are actually just going to get hugely softened up by those heavy mines. Pretty much going to get, yeah, and the Tesla Tower. Yeah, that's going to be a completely stopped push for the most part, and ProDerper easily going to be able to get away here. And another Goliath going down on the field. ProDerper slashing away. Oh, but really low on health. Really needs to get out of there. But Shadow Ultima is pinning him down. Oh, and he gets the kill. That is huge. So now Shadow Ultima might be able to finish off a little bit more or make another move while ProDerper is in respawn right now. ProDerper does say, damn it. And Shadow Ultima retreating that Goliath. Okay, that's all pretty much he's going to do in this time. ProDerper now back on the field. Going to be able to tend to the rest of his mid units. And not going to be able to finish off that low health Goliath right there. ProDerper going to bunker. Bunker. No, just weird there. Okay, I guess he decided it was so important to heal up that Goliath that the time it took to bunker, I guess, was not worth it, and he just wanted to pick it up and heal it. So, yeah, hey, whatever. He didn't really need it. Shadow Ultima actually could probably push this bottom outpost. Would need to draw a path, though. Because there's nothing healing, or not healing, but nothing defending over here except for additional level 4 creeps, which are actually pretty freaking strong. ProDerper doing a scout, Shadow Ultima doing a scout, seeing what he can do, and Shadow Ultima has, yeah, I mean, I'm sure he sees that. Will he decide to push it, and will he have enough AA? Okay, ProDerper actually pushing out as well at the same time as Shadow Ultima. Shadow Ultima will be the one to scout this out first, so he will be able to make a decision here. Will he? Okay, what is he doing? Okay. ProDerper is not aware that Shadow Ultima is also pushing out with his mass units at the bottom, and ProDerper is actually, oh man, Shadow Ultima is going for the defense with his units. I'm not sure how this will go. I don't think I've ever seen this exact interaction in terms of path collision for units. Okay, Shadow Ultima, did he draw a path? No, he's just used command mode, I guess, to get his units over here. So this is a really strange defense, and I've never ever seen that before. But this collision will probably be won by, I don't know, I'm going to say red right now because Shadow Ultima is here in the area while ProDerper is just out to try to take that post and bring some creeps. Okay, so the definition of one, I guess it varies depending on what you're considering victory here. But ProDerper needs to stop his units if he wants to actually hold this outpost, and really low on health. But will he be able to get away here? Shadow Ultima chasing down with afterburners, will probably be able to get this kill. No, ProDerper gets back to that close outpost, or that forward outpost, before he gets finished off, and all of ProDerper's units are now at the corner. This is actually a pretty massive force, but Shadow Ultima's defensive units with command mode here will be able to get the defense pretty quickly and finish off ProDerper's units. What does ProDerper have coming out? He's just trying to retreat the Goliath. Not a good decision because he will be focused down by that Lexi Striker. This outpost is still neutral. Maybe ProDerper wanted to support that instead, or not support, but bring units there instead. Needs to. Okay, he does have units building here at that basically the closest outpost. Oh, but really low on health. That was danger, man. You can't put that. You can't get your health that low. Very danger. Very much danger. Your lags, bro. Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, either way, your health was super low before you started retreating there, and yeah, it was on the enemy side of the map. So that's pretty risky. So ShadowUltima gonna grab the box, and where's he gonna put it? He's putting it up here. Oh, he's putting it. What the hell? He's not trying to sell it. He's trying to use it. Okay, but his unit's now coming straight through mid. Probably set on Chi to take this bottom outpost. I don't know if they're gonna redirect now that this outpost turned red. The AI seems to be very. It seems to be kind of toss-uppy. ProDerper looks like he did stack those creeps. And will he get away? Yeah, he will be able to get away. Ooh, that was kind of close, though. But 42 to 43, again, with 23 heavy mines on the field for ProDerper. He basically only has about, right now, 24 units worth of upkeep. And where our ShadowUltima's units are going down here to that forward outpost. He will take it one more time. This is quite a back-and-forth game. ProDerper going to be able to... Oh, and I think he sold the one that ShadowUltima dropped here. It's such a weird decision. Instead of trying to take it back, we're just not taking it until he gets this outpost back. But every box has actually been grabbed so far. ProDerper now trying to reallocate his heavy mines and gets followed and focused and finished off by ShadowUltima. And actually, ShadowUltima... Dude, I'd love to see a fort push right now because he has enough AA to really, yeah, okay, and just swamping them. Swamping is probably fine with Goliaths. I mean, and does he have any? Yeah, and he has some healing units, so he's good. He's cool. He's going straight down the middle. ProDerper will see this, and will ShadowUltima be able to support his push enough? Like, if ProDerper starts bombing, will he be able to focus him away so he's not going to allow him to you know, soften up his units that much? And he is actually doing that right now. ProDerper almost getting killed. With plenty of heavy mines, though, needs to reallocate those heavy mines now that he does see that that push is coming. But ShadowUltima can command switch at any time right now. Take the forward, take the close, pretty much can do whatever he wants because he has such an overwhelming unit advantage in this area. Again, most of ProDerper's units are in heavy mines and now pushing out from the mid, but ShadowUltima's units are a little bit further. Will he go? He is going to go for the complete you know, fort push. He is going for the glory right now. This is it. If he does not succeed here, ProDerper's units will undoubtedly get all the way past here to the basically zero defense that, oh, actually, that is literally zero defense. Oh, no, a ratchet. I don't think that counts, though. But, oh, ShadowUltima redirecting around the heavily mined area, that bridge, and the ratchets are not being microed ahead, but he is stopping them. I guess allowing his ratchets to continue, but ProDerper, you know, reallocating his heavy mines here, and might want, you know, ShadowUltima stopped his units, I guess, but maybe wanted to not do that. Oh my God, that's a lot of heavy mines. That's a lot of damage. ProDerper pretty much allowed to get a lot of free damage here, and will ShadowUltima be able to get the finish here? ProDerper's units are significantly behind, so if ShadowUltima can survive long enough to get the finish here, that is definitely enough time for him. But ProDerper with his bomber, ShadowUltima needs to focus on ProDerper and not let him bomb down and spread out his units. He's doing a really good job right now. ProDerper really on health, not being allowed to bomb for very long. ShadowUltima is... Oh my God, I think ShadowUltima's going to take this. ProDerper's so close to getting this victory. ProDerper's so close to getting this victory, but he is not able to hold out long enough. And ShadowUltima taking this win over ProDerper on Salt. Wow, that was... That end there, that end sequence, like, if you think about it as a movie, that ending sequence was pretty craziness. Pretty craziness is a stupid phrase to say, but like all the mine repositioning by ProDerper really tripped ShadowUltima up. If ShadowUltima, and see, that's the thing about mines that I don't like. Let's see. Oh, ShadowUltima had a Jackal though, or Gunner Z. So he had a proper... Oh, no. Do Jackals... No, Jackals do not outrun... Yeah, they're not fast enough to detonate heavy mines, right? I'm pretty sure. I remember them being slowed down. God, it's... Yeah, my is not the best right now. But I don't think they are. So, yeah, ShadowUltima did not have a unit that could properly counter heavy mines well enough, I guess is the way you can put it. And even then, that the arm time for Heavy Mines, I still really think like I think we increased it to 10. It needs to be long. I mean, why not? Like it's an ahead of time unit. That's the point. If you have an opportunity to reallocate or reposition the Heavy Mines, and it becomes a worry. I think at that point it's still not a long enough arm time. Heavy Mines need to be basically stationary. It would be or to the point where you can't pick them up again. The only problem with that is that it would be like, what if you messed up in dropping and you want to reposition it slightly? It's a weird little system and a little bit confusing, but either way, yeah. But yeah, that entire switching, that location position switching for the Heavy Mines, and then force ShadowUltima to take this weird veering path around, giving ProDerper's units a little bit more time to reach that fort. Just not enough. I believe 10 seconds or so, not even, maybe 5. I don't know, give or take. That much time probably would have allowed ProDerper to, or would have allowed his units to get the win. But ShadowUltima was able to pull it out, reposition his units, get those Goliaths away from the Bomber AoE enough to survive and get that finish, that victory. So this ranked 1v1 on Salt goes to ShadowUltima. Great job by both sides. All right, guys, I know it's been months and months since my last cast. I have been busy, and I don't want to give you the impression that I'm going to start cranking out the videos, but I had a little bit of time today. It's actually pretty late for me right now. It's almost my bedtime. So for now, this is RUI, and that is game. See you next time.